What's up, everybody? Ryan and Dennis here, back for another episode of HVAC R&D. And tonight, Dennis and I were struggling a little bit to try to figure out what to talk about, just because sometimes there's so many things we can and can't talk about. Um, but we thought about maybe just going through some funny tech calls and some different things, and just talking about some funny things that go on at the office, and just kind of talk about just another day at the office. So let's get this started.
Yeah, come on.
Hey, Dennis, I don't know if I've asked you before, but I need you to help me to just figure out how I can put a two-stage rood on a carrier variable speed gas furnace. It's two-stage. It's pretty new. I put it in before I picked up the rood. I don't want to take it out of it. It's heavy. Okay? Call me back. 8003.
Oh, yeah. Got to leave the phone number because we don't have caller ID.
Oh, that was great. He said, I sold it before I picked up the rude.
Yep.
I like it.
Yeah, so that's just one of 10,000 tech calls I get. Be a tech guy, they said. It'll be fun. No, most of these guys are great, and I'm not gonna beat them up. But man, some of these I get are fantastic.
No,
Uh,
it's the same on my side. It's just different. I know. I want to play one real quick. I had a guy call me earlier today. Um, sometimes they call you and they ask for a price on something, but they really don't give me enough information to go off of. So here's a prime example.
Rod. Hey, man, do me a favor and quote me out two 10-ton gas pipes with manual air dampers and put a job name CANIPE Construction. Two 10-ton gas pipes. See ya.
See ya.
So
Yeah. So what
so
voltage are those riding?
yeah. So what voltage are they? Do you need you know are they horizontal? Are they on a roof? Do you need a roof curb? So I called him back, and I said, Ryan, I said, what's the voltage? 208. I said, are they are they on the ground? Are they on the roof? Do you need a curb? He said, they're on the ground. I said, okay. I said, I'll call you back. So I was on the road pretty much all day today. So I called the office to see if I can get a hold of inside sales, and they're going to lunch in Charlotte. So I send it to Atlanta to try to get them to do it, but I know it's not going to happen for at least half an hour.
Right.
Um, get everything back maybe an hour later, and then I was on the phone and I missed him calling me again, so I get a second voicemail.
Hey, man, it's Ryan. Hey, I meant to tell you, I think these units have hot gas on them also. Hot gas reheat. See ya.
So, okay, well,
We're almost there.
we're getting closer. So then I called him again. I said, well, if you've got reheat, we might have to go to, you know, two-stage heat and two-stage cool. Um,
Right.
I know most all of our new commercial gas packs are all two-stage heat, but you got to go to tier 2 to get two-stage cool as well. And then for reheat and some of these other things, then you have to start looking at adding VFDs into units and everything else. It's funny, we just did an episode about HVAC in 2023. Um, all these things he's talking about are things that are almost going to be standard on stuff in just a few years. It's crazy to think about that.
So I was gonna say, so the other day, didn't you have Did y'all have a factory conference call? Was that some stuff coming out? Some new stuff? You
yeah,
thought the tech guy would be in on that, but they figured I don't know. I guess it was more sales related.
it was very, very heavy sales related, but there were some bits and pieces of it that I didn't get to pay as good of attention to as I wanted to, that I think you would have wanted to know information on as well, because they went pretty in depth on some of the refrigerant stuff.
Yeah.
Um, and I know
Oh,
one,
I'm sure I'll have to take something on it.
yeah, and I'm trying to see if I can get a copy of the meeting and the slides so that we can use them moving forward too, because I think we're gonna have trailers back and everything to start doing some more drive around events, possibly in late Q1, Q2, maybe. We'll see what happens with our governor.
Well, we got the vaccine coming out, man. You haven't taken yours yet?
No, no,
Why
I,
not?
because I don't see how you can
Because they
even
developed it in
imagine.
6
Yeah,
months.
yeah, 6 months, but we can't cure anything else that's been around for 60 years. But we can cure this in 6 months. No,
Yep.
no.
Yeah, my wife said she's probably going to pass unless it's mandatory. She's in the medical field, so. But anyway, that's a whole nother. Yeah, so once again, I don't know. I mean, hopefully everybody's listening to this show knows what we got going on, but I am the tech guy and Ryden is the sales guy. So the voicemails we get are they're all over the place. Of course, I get quite a few. Uh, I'm trying to find this one here. You have to excuse me. I'm skipping through. I've only got 700 on here. If I've got your name saved on here, that's probably not good. Usually tell people that. It's if you're saved. Let's see. There we go.
Hey, Dennis, that meter I got didn't come with probes. Can I check that thing with just sticking the tube in the hole? Because my probes won't be here till sometime next week or the next week, and I need to get that thing checked. Just text me back yes or no.
So
You got to play that one more time. You have to.
I can't
You
take
have
it.
to.
So backstory on that. So he did a class. We did a startup heat pump class, and when I break out the manometer, a lot of people, what is that? What do you got going on there? What do you do with that? Or they have one they check gas pressures with, or whatever. But so Mr. We'll just call him Bob. I'm about to bleep all these names out. He didn't have one, so he picked one up that day. We did the class. I gave him a little discount on it, and he didn't have his static pressure probes. So the next day, he's wanting to use the meter. He's excited. I mean, this guy's in his 60s, I believe. He's a hoot, but he's wanting to just stick the tube in the ductwork somewhere. I don't know where he's wanting to put it, but the voicemail is just it's perfect. Let's see.
Hey, Genesis, that meter I got didn't come with probes. Can I check that thing with just sticking the tube in the hole? Because my probes won't be here till sometime next week or the next week. And I need.
Nope, don't just stick it in the hole there, bud.
I love that at the very end, he's like, when he says yes or no, it almost sounds like a little note you passed in school. Check yes or no.
Just check yes or no. Let's see. Of course, I can't remember what my voicemail says. I don't think it says tell me your issue. I don't want people to tell me the model and serial and all that. You might as well just say this is my company and my name and call me back, because we're gonna have to go over it anyway. But
I got a short one from one of your and I's favorites. We love this guy. We just love even talking to him. I think we'd love talking to him even if he wasn't even if he wasn't a customer.
Good morning, Ryden. Almost 11 o'clock on Monday. Hey, give me a
call when you have a chance at 980-1. 2. Thanks.
Oh yeah, he's a good dude. So this guy, you know, he's been doing this. He's been doing heating and air for I don't know how long, 20, 30 years, whatever. He calls me and he says, "Dennis, I've got this heat pump and I just can't figure out it's running in cool mode. For some reason, I can't figure out the stat." And I don't know how many times I've answered the question for him. But of course I do, and he appreciates it. But this guy, he'll take us out, around this time of year or last year, he would take us out, me and Ryden, because you're a salesman, take us out to eat, give us a Christmas card, a little, gift card or something. I mean, it's pretty neat. I like that dude.
I don't know. He was in the store the other day, and he was asking what your and I's plans were later on this month. So I got a feeling it may be coming one day that we don't know. Oh, actually, we have some quick breaking news, D.
Uh-oh.
So, earlier today, Dennis and I learned that we might have a potential future guest in the works.
Uh-oh.
So right now, in the middle of this recording, some breaking news that we potentially might have a vendor rep come on the show with us.
That's one small step for man.
So, one of the things we really wanted to focus on with this channel was getting people some insight on the other side of the business. There's so many podcasts that are just technician only, contractor to contractor. We wanted to reach out to the contractors and kind of let you guys have a little bit of what it's like on our side of the business if you haven't been on it before. And then, to bring in someone like this guy possibly is, just another step in understanding how everything really gets to you guys. Because in most cases, there's, a manufacturer who then sells or then has a company that represents them to get other companies to sell their product. And then that's us. And then we sell it to you guys. So really in most cases, it's a 4, even sometimes 5-step process of getting things down the chain.
Well, I know Zach said it. We had Zach on, and he came from the contractor side, came over here, distribution, and he said, man, what a huge learning curve. The difference, we were talking about keeping parts on the shelf just like the vendor here, why do y'all have this copper, or why do y'all have these fittings, or why are they cost that much, or
Yep.
Why can't you keep these, or why can't you keep those? So that'd be good to have him on here, man.
Yep, I think it'd be really interesting. So, stay tuned, everybody. So, sorry, breaking news over. Back to our buddy Paul. I think another thing Dennis and I like about him too is he's also a craps player. So we have we have a lot of good gaming and gambling talk in between our standard, usual, everyday conversations about business.
Well, they get that new casino built. We'll have to go up there with him.
I know. I'm pumped. Take Paul down there and see how he plays Dark Side.
All right, so this one here, this is a company in Raleigh, big company. They put 4 or 5 systems a day in. This is the one I went to the little job sites with. But this kind of puts in perspective what happened when I went from tech guy, or from the field, to a tech guy. Doing tech support over the phone is a whole nother trade. I mean, that's just what I say.
Yep.
It's a whole, so me trying to fix what you got going on without one pissing you off or getting tons of information from you, because I've been there and I don't want to, be that guy, but trying to build a picture to fix something over the phone, it's tough. It's just when I think I'm getting better at it, I get calls and we just go round and around and around and around. So let me play this. This is a good one here. just try to wrap your mind around this and try to figure out what he's got going on. Oh, that's Jim's. We can't do Jim again. Oh, where'd he go?
I think the other thing too is there's a lot of times when you've not talked to somebody before, there's a big gap in terminology.
Oh yeah,
It's huge. There's so many things that have this multiple terms in this business. Not like that doesn't happen in other industries, but um, sometimes it could be really bad to get them mixed up in ours.
well, coming from Atlanta, like I did all my work in Atlanta, and it's not the same. It's just not the same. I mean, um, the ductwork, believe it or not, is just laid out different. Unless you went in some really old houses, but all the new stuff's different. Terminology's different. The materials are a little different. Let's see. Here we go.
Yes, Dennis, how you doing? This is excuse me, heating and cooling.
COVID.
And we're having an issue with a gas pack unit, and Tom has been over there, and what it's doing is it's blowing transformers. It's a gas pack. So the homeowner, we've been out there like twice. We thought we had it, everything was fine, and it ran for hours, and then like overnight, like something is heating up inside the gas pack that we can't actually see. And what it's doing is it's actually causing the actual transformer to blow. Well, actually, we got fuses in there, so what it's doing is it's just blowing the actual fuse. And we've actually done it with no thermostat wire on there, and it's blown. So we know it's something internal, but we just don't know what it is. So if you would, give me a call back, sir.
So that gas pack, of course, when I called, here's the deal. When I called the next day, I can't call him. He's the owner, and he's not on the job.
Yep.
Right. That's another thing we juggle is, and me and Ryden go through this. He'll have a contractor call him. For one, he's comfortable with you.
Yep.
He calls you, hey man, I got this gas pack. It's blowing a fuse. And you're like, here, let me give you the tech guy's number.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, and, or he'll say, well, just let him know that it's doing this and this. So Ryan will call me. Hey, he's got a gas pack. It's blowing fuses. I'm like, was he check this and check that? Well, I don't know.
It's like, I don't know, Dennis. But thank you for your faith in me for knowing that.
So yeah, I mean, I don't want to go the round and round and around. I'm like, so I'll call him and I'll say, all right, man, what you got? So you got your meter on you? Well, I'm not actually at the job. That's when it starts getting really hard to fix. So yeah, the Raleigh gas pack actually had. I ended up ordering him a harness for just the inside. There was a pinched wire somewhere. When it would run, it would vibrate, and arc off the body. But he just couldn't find it, looking, with a naked eye in there. So haven't heard from him. Probably hear from him tomorrow now. But
we've jinxed everything.
yeah, be careful with all these voicemails. Yeah. They'll be all calling me back tomorrow.
That's why we play the ones we love.
Yeah, I mean, so this one here, I had a call from up in Kernersville area. So this company here, it's his dad started it. His dad done got to the age where he's actually back in the field as a tech, and then his son's running it. His dad's like, I don't want nothing to do with nothing. I just want to go catch a call or two and go home.
Yep.
And super nice guy, but he was working on these. These were like 1990 ream units.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look down in them, about 4 inches down around the top, the coil was just flat.
Jeez.
Right? You know what I mean? Like you just went in there and mashed them all down all the way around.
That's crazy.
And he's trying to explain this to me over the phone. And he's telling me that water coming off the fan blade has flattened all these fins down when it rains. And I can't buy it.
Now in 30 years, is that possible?
I don't know. I just wouldn't think so. Would you? I mean,
I don't know. I've never heard
water
that.
slinging off the fan blade. Let's see. So he's trying to get me pictures. And this guy is 70 plus.
It's like my dad calling
And
you.
he hates technology. Let's see.
Dennis, this is, and like you mentioned last week about those units over there where we was talking about the pins were bent over, and we tried to send you a picture of them, but I don't think we did that right, because I think I was calling you at the same time he was trying to send you the picture. So give me a call back, though, on something else here. Got a problem with the defrost board.
Oh, another problem.
Area code 336.
Oh, cut the number out. Yeah, so I got the pictures and looked at them, and they are just flat. I mean, they are mashed completely flat, about 6 inches all the way around from the top down. And he was asking me how we could find out what the performance of the unit was. I'm like,
I
he's
applaud
trying
the
to
question, but
I know. I'm like,
Ooh.
I don't know. I mean, is the head pressure high? I mean, what's our pressures like? But these things have been Cadillacing forever. I said, well, are they not working right? He's like, no, they work fine. I was just wanting to see what the performance was. I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know how the heck I'm supposed to. Can you straighten them out? He's like, no, I don't want to be doing that. I'll be over here all day trying to straighten these out. Okay, well, the performance is low.
Not too shabby.
Get your pocket knife out, start straightening them out.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, we need to get a rep on here. I didn't even think of that.
No, I just texted back, told him I said we're recording right now. I'll call you tomorrow. So I'll work on that.
I'm trying to think if I had any.
You don't have any of my dad, do you?
Not lately, which that's a good thing.
That's a good thing. I wish you had one of him or Chris.
Oh, Chris.
Chris would be great. We should
We
get
need
him
to get
on here.
Chris on here. Yes. We have got to get Chris on here.
Yes.
Oh, mountain boy.
Yeah, he is.
We would go down
pure.
We would go down some wormholes with him.
Yeah, we would.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I don't know if I'm trying to think if I had any. I know I've had several heat calls this week on the 90% furnaces not draining, water sense code.
Yep.
Flame sensor. Sold some flame sensors today for some reason. But it's supposed to start getting cold for real now.
I know. It's been a weird start to heating season. It kicked off, the first 2 weeks it was wide open, and then yesterday was just dead. Today's was kind of Curious to see what happens the rest of the week, because it is going to get cold.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
I think it's 29, no, 38 here right now.
Oh,
Let me see if it's dropped.
yeah, I'll be getting some phone calls tomorrow.
Yep, and it's supposed to drop. Actually, drops all day tonight and through tomorrow.
Yeah, high of 40 tomorrow. That's going to generate some.
Yep.
Now, what is your calls you get when it starts getting really cold? I mean, see, I'm trying to figure out when I was in Atlanta as a contractor, like I had a price book
Yep.
from the distributor as a tech because I sold, and I see you getting all these calls from these guys, and you're just constantly quoting stuff, and
Yep.
what's up with that?
I give guys price books. Anybody that asks for a hard copy printed one, I print it for them, put them in a book.
Right.
I've had some guys, I'll make them price sheets 4 different ways, and they'll have it, it's almost like they've got a little cheat sheet that's kind of like a head football coach. They can just carry around the cheat sheet and know everything, and they still call me. Even though I've spent hours to create price books the way they asked them to be created, they still call me. And
yeah, I mean, we had
it doesn't bother me that they call me. Yeah,
right.
It doesn't bother me. But there's days where I'm like, if it's, why did I even have to bother making it at this point? Just for the fact of, if you're still going to call me and we're going to go through it, it's like that's a lot of time for everybody all around.
Well, do you have to call the branch to see what's in stock or what they got?
If I
see, that's the thing. I would call the branch when I was in the field. I would call the branch and say, "Hey, give me a price on this." Because your prices are loaded in the thing.
Yeah, our prices are all loaded now. Today you can use mobile app and do it.
Right.
Because all the pricing I have set for customers is loaded into their mobile app, just like it is our price software. So, no, that's one. And then a lot of times I'll get the phone call. They just want to know, maybe they know what the matchup is for it to go upflow, but maybe they want to ask a question about what we can do cabinet size with a coil and a furnace. What's our options size wise with air handlers. So, I mean, a lot of those things, that stuff's in the price book, but, I understand them wanting to just call and ask all those questions if they're driving or doing whatever. Forgive me for my texting and driving or quoting when driving. But I mean, those are the big ones. Then the other one is, I get like you said, I get the preemptive tech call where they want to alert me because they're still just, like you said, more comfortable with me. But at the same time, I get a little bit of information from them. I try to relay it to you. Then you come to find out the information he was relaying to me, he's actually relaying from the other guy that was out there the day before.
Yeah, the suction line pressure had me thumb buzzled.
Oh, that
gets a call.
That's still a weird one. I know we still
don't. Says, hey, yeah, I got a guy that just put a brand new system in, and his suction pressure is 0. I'm like, well, that ain't good.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, what's his head pressure? I mean, what do we got going on? Of course, it's a heat pump. He's like, I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't get all that off the phone to me. Because that's the other thing. A lot of times, and not only do I not get a lot of information, I get, they're frustrated because their guy's frustrated. They're frustrated because they're having to deal with him being frustrated.
Right.
And so then they call me and I get the frustration.
But see, the way we look at it is, or the way I used to look at it is, you're buying a piece of equipment, right? It's a machine, a lot of moving parts to it, right? Is it like putting in a refrigerator, plugging in the wall? No, you know what I mean. A lot of human error can be involved here, but when you put an HVAC unit in, there's a lot of things that can go wrong, either from the factory or human error. And if you can't handle, let's just say you put at least a system in a day, you're going to have it. You're going to have it to where you're going to start it up and nothing happens. I mean, we were putting in Atlanta, we were putting in 3 or 4 a day, and I don't know, once or twice a month, something's not going to work.
Yeah.
It's just mechanic. It's you know what I mean.
It
Everything
can be
is
put
not
together
done
perfect. That doesn't mean
right.
anything.
Yeah, I mean, these guys at the factory, whatever brand you're working with, they're plugging these wires in and zip tying. They're doing all this by hand. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I've gotten calls before where like, man, this compressor won't start, and I'm like, well, let's go through the wire, and they're like, yeah, but I mean, it's brand new. We're putting it in the day. I'm like, okay, well, we got to at least check the wiring. And sure enough, I mean, I'm talking about AC, like contactor, capacitor, compressor, like 3 parts.
Yep.
And the start wire from the compressor to the capacitor was plugged in the wrong terminal. I don't know if the fan or something was crisscrossed. It was like, son of a gun.
Yeah.
But you got to be able to as a service company where there's plumbing, electrical, HVAC, like you got to be ready for that. You got to be able to deal with that. Which a lot of times that's where a good distributor comes in, or a good tech guy, or a good salesman. You know what I mean? That's what makes a difference.
Yeah.
Which we got to do an episode about that.
Yeah, I know that'll be an interesting conversation. I know right now I'm in the thick of those kind of conversations right now about building a distributor partnership, and there really is, and there has to be a lot of give and take on both sides. It can't all be one sided. If you're going to buy from somebody just because they give you everything back, and it doesn't matter about anything but price, then it's not a partnership. It's different.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to work for you, and there's companies that don't want training; they just want cheap price. There's companies that want tons of training, all you can give them, and cheap price. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Or delivery, or
and there's a lot of the well, this person gives me all of this, but I want you to give me all of this plus this for less.
Yeah.
Well, how is that? How does that make sense for me? I gotta make money too. There's got to be something to where we actually gross an amount of money at the end that we can pay our people and make a
Well, I
profit.
think that's the disconnect, right? I feel like we were talking about before we started this podcast. It's like a lot of contractors maybe think that we get equipment from, the factory and we just move it through us and out the door. But I mean, we're a company.
Yep.
It's got to operate.
Yep. There's a cost of doing everything. And
yeah.
There's a huge disconnect in what, is actually, made on this side versus the contracting side. Contractors are paying.
Yeah, I've been on both.
Yeah, it's totally different.
Well, it's funny how you get, like I said, I liked when I was in the field. I mean, I kind of got it a little bit. I enjoyed, the distributor we had. They took care of us. Sales guy took care of us. They had training. But when you got an owner that beats the sales guy up for 50 or $100 on a furnace, and then charges somebody 10 grand on a change out that he's got, $2,500 worth of equipment in. That's where it starts getting a little bit, well, hang on a minute now.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of what these guys don't realize either is,
and they're operating smaller companies.
Yeah. In most cases, we don't even dictate what we're allowed to make on equipment. Right. The majority of pricing these days, because of stack them deep, sell them cheap distributors that are nothing about volume and low price, and the same thing as manufacturers that are that same way, that are just building to move it out the door.
Yep.
It's driven price to a point that is crazy. So where you used to be able to, build in the ability to do different things and have additional money for marketing funds and all other types of things to help guys. The money's just not in the margin dollars anymore to be able to support those kinds of programs. I had a conversation with a very large customer potentially today, and they're wanting a program that essentially is a 12% rebate, and they won't even give us information of where we need to be on price, but they want us to just guarantee that. It's impossible.
Right.
It is 100% impossible unless I give you a number that I know you don't want.
Right.
It's just it's nuts. There's such a huge disconnect. And you look at other brands too. I mean, those same brands that are stacking deep, selling cheap. Everybody wants a quality product at the price for, the Pinto.
The Pinto.
Yeah, that was a good one, wasn't it? You could tell I really reached back deep for that one.
There's gonna be people on here that don't know what a Pinto is.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But no, it's a whole different world of pricing now. I see some crazy numbers, especially when you start looking at these big property management companies and everything else. It's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm glad I'm the tech guy. I like selling to in-home, selling to homeowners. But the trying to set up for a contractor and bring them in, it's definitely a long-term deal, or it's not a closing instant close deal,
No, it is not. It is quite the courtship.
Yeah. All right, we got Mr. Miller here. Let's see what he's got. This guy's awesome. He comes to all my classes. He's up in Kernersville. He's you never know what old Mr. Miller here is going to say.
Yeah, Dennis. I've got a furnace here, brand new.
Okay, so that was not him. Why did my phone do that? Where did he go? That guy had yeah. I mean, that's all I got on here is these calls.
Hey, I was looking for dollar prayer. This is Charles ASI. I had a question about a humidifier, man. They had it wired up to off the blower for heat and straight to neutral and grounded. I don't really want to mess with this motor like that, so I just had a question about that. If you can give me a call back, 336.
Yep.
ASR, my boys.
Yeah, that's
I love those guys.
There.
He
cuts up in class with me. He's a trip.
Oh yeah, I could go to lunch with his two bosses every day of the week, and it'd be.
Don't they always pay for your lunch?
No, we go. We split it. I'll buy it one time, they'll buy it another time. I'll tell you, it's nice when you. It's nice when you get to that level with a contractor that it is finally become not about what can I give them in order to do this. It gets to a point, when you actually feel valued, you feel trusted, you feel you have their trust. Like I said, that's some more good preview for the talk about building a distributor partnership. But I mean, they enjoy, and we just enjoy each other's company, on top of the fact that we get to enjoy doing business together and both make a little bit of money. It's nice.
Everybody's got to make money.
Yep.
That way everybody's happy. You come in the branch and everybody in there ain't making no money. They're going to be pissed. Man, I've gone to some supply houses like that in Atlanta where you go in there and it's just no life in there.
Yeah.
They're just dead. Which, you don't want to start the day like that.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I've seen that too.
So if I got a voicemail on here that's a minute long, that's not good.
Oh, jeez.
That's a long voice.
Either that or it's. I'm curious if it's in his pocket and maybe we can hear what they're listening to on the radio.
Let's see. This is a minute long. Wait a minute, where'd he go? And I click on them, they just.
Dang iPhones.
Dennis, we've got a problem with our air conditioning unit constantly tripping the fuse on the outside of the house and shutting itself down. Brian has asked us to get in touch with you. Why, I don't know. I thought they were going to replace our unit because this is like the fourth or fifth time we've had to call on it. And evidently he's trying to get you to come out to the house. So if you can give me a call back.
Oh yeah, that's a
Homeowner.
homeowner.
He literally gave the homeowner your number.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a no-no, guys. That's one real quick way for Dennis to never want to call you again.
Yeah, that was the homeowner.
That's not cool. That's
forgot about that one.
The same way I feel when guys give my number to a homeowner. It's happened a few times.
So that's the one. I think I talked about it at one podcast. He kept tripping the breaker. It was an AC. He kept tripping the breaker, and come to find out, somebody was digging a plumbing line in the neighborhood and hit the wires, trenching, and shut down half the neighborhood. And when they pieced it back together, I don't know, something was going on with the wiring. So every time this dude's unit would kick on, it'd throw the breaker. Contractors swapped the compressor out twice. I was like, dude, something else is going on. So the power company came out, wouldn't tell the homeowner or wouldn't tell us what they did, and the problem just kind of went away. So, old Shady Power Company.
Yep. No, we talked about your phone with power before too.
Well,
both of us, we both seen some funky power.
Yeah, we were at a job site when the homeowners was out there and tried to get my phone number. Like, no.
Yep.
No. Oh man, here's a minute long one. What's this one?
Dennis, this is I deal with your local place over in Kernersville. I've been sending you some texts on this UP17. I've sent you a couple this morning. You must be busy. But anyway, this thing is still showing the low input DC voltage. I have already had an electrician check all this, so on and so forth. And gonna change. To me, I was gonna change the boards on the incoming.
Change the board.
It's like a power filter. Of course, the power filter board and the inverter board are not anything that's even set up with part numbers. Need a little help with this, little guidance with it. I've reset it.
Yeah, so if we don't have it in the system, we haven't ever sold one. Typically, that's not the problem with the unit.
Well, my question is, one, why does he feel, or why does he know that's not set up in our system? What idiot told him that?
I know.
We can go right into the parts portal and see what it is.
Yeah. So
I wasn't always a sales guy, everybody. I had to earn my stripes at the counter too.
Man, I've been helping out on the counter the last couple of weeks, trying to, in between taking calls, and man, that computer setup.
It takes some time.
Well, you got to do it day in, day out. So our computers are not mouse driven. It's almost like I don't know how to explain it. It's like
almost an old DOS base. Yeah, it's an old DOS based program, or it looks that way anyway.
Yeah, F12, alt this and alt that, and if you're just used to driving a mouse, it ain't gonna work. It doesn't work at all.
And what's funny is the new one, which the new version of it is kind of mouse driven. It's even more complicated.
Right.
That's why
Not good.
none of us have spent the time to learn it.
Yep, the old 17 SEER communicating systems, which I mean, that's where we're headed. We gotta everybody's gonna start getting better at those, working on those. I think once you break one down and see how it determines what to do, that's kind of the way I look at it. If you got an issue and it's shutting this off, how does it know to shut that off? First of all, what sensor or what thermistor is giving it that reading?
Yep.
And I just start going in that direction. But this guy here, he overanalyzes the shit out of everything. I get on the phone with him and it's hours. Literally. Good dude though, but he just, he overthinks it. Which there ain't nothing wrong with that. Heck, I wish,
There's a lot of days I wish more of them overthought it.
But yeah, I mean, I can sit here and say this stuff because I've been there and I've done the same thing. So, I'm definitely not that guy. I don't want to sit here and say I know it all for sure. Learning every day, like your dad said.
That's it. Learn something new every day.
You don't have any voicemails from A and K?
No, I don't. I got my new phone. I don't have a lot of old ones that were saved. Those earlier ones were pretty much all I got.
Oh, this one could be bad here. I'm literally playing these. I have no idea what they're gonna say.
Hey Dennis, I just got a message that the guy that I talked to a few weeks ago, 17 SEER, upon putting it in, that the bird was died in the outdoor unit. He called today, not working, and the transformer had blown up in the indoor unit.
God, the transformers.
Jeez.
It's an RH2T3617 SEACIA, serial number W332046
Yes.
And this man is becoming a little irate with it has had nothing but problems since the first day. I'm just letting you know that
That's not a good one.
Want something different here if we can't get this thing to keep running. The dad is on his way to...
Oh my God. There's dropping bombs with that one.
Oh boy.
So that one had tons of problems with this unit right out of the gate. Shortened boards on the outdoor, blowing fuses on the indoor. Turns out that the thermostat wiring was jacked up. Swap units for no reason.
Nice.
Finally found it. I think rats had chewed some stuff and stuff was touching because it was, it was all communicating. So it was just blowing transformers, blowing fuses. It was tripping out stuff on the outdoor board and the homeowner was some kind of mechanical engineer and he just wasn't buying
those are the best.
Oh my God. It was literally the worst case scenario. Yeah. Homeowner and everything.
I dealt with a few engineers when Dad and I were doing calls together.
It's going to take me oh yeah. They know just enough to.
They're kind of like sales guys. They know just enough to be dangerous.
That's right. That's right. Yep. All right, I'm out of voicemails. It's going to take me like 4 days to edit this podcast.
I'm so pumped. Thankfully, we've got a good backlog.
I'm going to have to get some good little. I want to get like a bike horn to be like. Yeah. Oh boy. All right, so. Look forward to we got to get the rep on here. I think that'll be our next one.
Oh, also, everybody go check out the YouTube channel. Even though I know the videos are really just play them and listen, but go check it out. Tell us if you like the way the videos are starting to be formatted. If there's anything else we could plug in there that you guys might want to watch or see or listen to while you're listening to our voices, let us know. And maybe we'll throw something funny in there that you guys got to find.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, if I'm listening to podcasts, I don't know if I don't know. I just don't go to YouTube and watch people talk on a microphone. But I guess people do.
Oh,
I mean,
a ton
I don't
of
know.
people
If I'm
do.
gonna listen to
Ton of
I
people do.
know they do, but yeah, I mean, I just feel like it's another platform to listen.
Well, and that's my whole point.
Because I was thinking about doing videos, or video, and it's a whole nother editing I mean, it's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But plus we got some new this one will have the new intro music on it. So
Oh, nice.
my son Corey added a bass line to it because it was a little dry. The two piece band, me and him did the intro music, so Ryan's gonna have to put some lyrics with it. Some HVAC lyrics.
That might be the best and worst idea ever.
All right, we'll see y'all next time on HVAC R&D.
It's two-stage. I don't want to take it out of my heavy.